Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Jacob. I am the beverage director at Wormwood here in San Diego, California. I'm really excited to be working today with the amazing Amati Mediterranean Amaro. What's great about this is it's very versatile in the way that we are able to actually utilize in a lot of different styles of cocktails, and you'll kind of see that today. So I really appreciate you joining us, and I really appreciate you letting me be a part of this today, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate having us here, man.
The Sardinia Negroni. So it's a great little balance of flavors. What we're going to be doing is starting off, of course, with the Amati Amaro. Do 1 ounce of that. What's really great about it too is it just has such a beautiful color. It starts off with a dark hue, but as you kind of add these ingredients in there, you definitely mix it to this very beautiful rouge color. Next we'll go for Giffard Pineapple. That's going to be 1 ounce as well. Think of it like a traditional Negroni spec. Now where it gets kind of weird with this is we're going to be actually using cachaça. Now a lot of Negronis do not use cachaça, but it's a great way of kind of doing a more like tropical Negroni style while maintaining that earthiness. Because obviously with the pineapple you're adding a little bit more of this kind of like sweetness, a little viscosity. The cachaça adds this nice earthy funkiness to it, and it balances out really well. I'm a big advocate, especially with stirred cocktails, of doing just a little bit of saline to it to balance it out. And then on top of it, the fun part is it more like a bitter Giuseppe kind of feel to it, also an island old fashioned. When you cut the tip off of that line, almost what we call a coin, do a nice little squeeze in there, drop it in, grab it with a quick little couple stirs. Oh, and just for a little fun, we'll add that stamp from the Wormwood. And there you go. Now what's great about this cocktail is it does have a nice little balance of allowing you to have this entry level into Negroni style cocktails while still maintaining what a lot of people like in tiki cocktails, which is very much accessibility. And so with this, easily getting people to try something a little bit outside their box. It's really fun.
Yeah. Maybe for those who don't know, a traditional Negroni spec is going to be 1 ounce Campari, 1 ounce 3 vermouth, 1 ounce gin. It's an equal part spec. I mean, this is fantastic. Like, in this case, we're using Myrto in replace of Campari.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little less like bitter, but it's higher in proof. So it kind of cuts to the sweetness with the Giffard pineapple.
And what's great too is you can kind of see from where we started off that beautiful color too you get from the citrus as well as the lighter ingredients, which is why I'm such a big fan of this. It really adds a nice little touch for people that are seeing it from the actual bar to table, as well as just bar to guests. Really fun. But yeah, since our first one to start off,
I like the salt solution. So a saline solution is a salt solution. So basically it's just watered down salt that we're adding to cocktails. And it's just like the same, just like with food, like a little dash of salt works so much better. Like it can change the flavor of a cocktail so quickly.
Yeah, you know,
it really ignites this cocktail.
Famous chefs do it all the time, you know, so why not add a little bit? So with that one, the recipe for a saline solution would be 3 to 1. So 3 of a more coarse salt to 1 water. And you're basically gonna mix that together. It's a perfect amount, and you can do it at home. It's so easy. Great, yeah, so the second one actually, I'm really excited about. It's the Blessing of Minerva. It's what we call a traditional sour. What that means it is going to be a lemon-based cocktail with an egg white on top of it to add that nice little texture to it. Now, a big myth with like egg whites, which I'm sure you know, Team Mac especially, is that people think that egg white adds a flavor profile. It's actually untrue.
Yeah.
It might add a little bit of aromatics, but what it does is adds a nice silky texture to the top of it and really bounces out that cocktail and adds this mouthfeel that just kind of lingers and lingers and lingers. That's why whiskey sours are so phenomenal with egg white. So to start off with this one, we're gonna do 3/4 of lemon, fresh squeeze if you have it. If not, feel free to grab some from the store. Next, we are gonna be going for a little bit of our house-made orgeat. Now that one's a secret recipe, unfortunately, but you can definitely find some really great substitutes.
Is it almond orgeat?
It's an almond-based orgeat, yeah. And so with that, you can actually find a lot of them in different stores. San Diego, obviously Collins Coops is a great reference point. Other than that though, honestly, Bevmo does have some really awesome orgeats there that I'd use personally.
Yeah.
Now this one here, we have what we call a split base. And what split base means is you're doing half and half the spirit to the additional modifier. So 1 of this, as well, 1 of the blended scotch. Now blended scotch is very important because it has more of a mild feel to it. If you want something a little bit smokier, obviously you can go for more of like a Highland. So with that too, you add the egg white there. I personally like to just pre-egg white my stuff. Makes it easier and you have a more of a accurate kind of pour to it. So 1 ounce of that in there. And then obviously you get the fun part. Get that shake. So the key thing with egg white cocktails, you really want to get a great shake in there because that's how you really get that froth up. So a lot of people just go like this and that's it, but you really want to get that going. So give it for about 5 to 8 seconds. You should get everything in there. It's already a cool color. Add, personally, I just like to add like 1 or 2 ice cubes just to kind of act like a whisk as far as getting that egg white extra frothy. I have a bit more of an old man shake from my years and years of doing it. So I'm sorry if I'm not flashy.
With all egg white cocktails, you always have to emulsify it first and like shake it with no ice so everything blends together and the protein mixes with the entire cocktail. Then you can start adding ice and that's when you get the frothiness that you'll see right here.
Now, I'm a firm believer in you only need to strain once. But when it comes to egg white cocktails, you have to strain twice.
I appreciate that. I do. Because ice chips in the egg white cocktail suck.
Well, it's terrible. You know, and that's the thing. So you see how like clean that top is? You can only get that from like a double strain.
I like these glasses too.
It's kind of fun.
How many ounces are these?
This one right here is just like 6 ounce win. I got a really good egg white on that last one, so I was like,
yeah.
So, and then on top of it, go and add just a little bit of a spray of the Lafroig on top to add that nice little note of smokiness. And then to finish it off, a little bit of this really awesome Wakame blue corn sugar that we make in-house for one of our other cocktails. What this is gonna do is it's gonna balance out the cocktail perfectly. It's gonna add a little bit of earthiness from the blue corn, while at the same time adding a little bit of sweetness that's gonna emphasize that nice floral notes of the Amati. And there you have it. The blessing of Aphrodite.
It's really good. It's weird. I don't know how like the Lafroig makes like the fruity notes of the Amati kind of pop. Like I get like a lot of like blueberry, blackberry kind of flavors coming through, but it like balances out with like a smokiness towards the end.
And a lot of people don't know that the Lafroig and fruitiness is a great blend. You know, you think of the fatherly advice. And fatherly advice is literally Lafroig and falernum. That little sweetness of tinge really brings it out, a lot of that Lafroig, while maintaining like the smokiness without being that overly peatiness people don't quite enjoy.
Lafroig it's fun to work with, but it's hard to work with.
Yes.
That's why like the misting is such a great thing because you get like you get it on the nose, which is so important, and it really just sets the cocktail off.
Oh, absolutely. Just balance is key. So that was the first 2 that we have here. This last one I'm very excited about. Actually, it's a play on a cocktail from one of my mentors, Sam Ross, which is going to be a Penicillin.
Who?
Sam Ross. So actually, I know that. No, he's he's an incredible gentleman. He's helped me a lot in my career as far as a lot of things I was able to accomplish, and one of the guys that taught me how to get into craft cocktail bartending. So he actually created this amazing cocktail called the Penicillin, and it's an amazing Scotch-based cocktail with a little bit of fresh ginger, fresh orgeat they make in their own house. Top it off with a little Lafroig to make it smoky on top. It's phenomenal. So we're gonna be doing our own, and what it's being called is Minerva number 2. The reason why it's called Minerva number 2 is Minerva is the goddess of herbs in Italian mythology. And so I wanna play into that thing with it being the goddess of healing and herbs, along with it being obviously penicillin being the healing of people. So start off with that one. We have 3/4 lemon. And then we move on to, actually let's pause there because I think I put it away. Oh, never mind, pause. Then we move on to 3/4 of the house-made ginger syrup that's made with fresh ginger, as well as the house-made orgeat. And finish it off with this amazing mezcal, Verde. Now the cool thing about Verde is it's gonna add not only a little bit more of this like smoky kind of feel to it, but it's also gonna add a nice little peppery. Not like pepper like the ground pepper, I'm talking like that green bell pepper kind of feel, which is gonna play so beautifully with the orgeat and ginger, and not to mention this really amazing earthy Amaro base. So with that right there, we're gonna go ahead and shake it up. Now, when it's gonna be on an ice, you don't have to shake for too long. Just make sure it gets cold and a little bit diluted, because obviously the ice is gonna dilute it for you. I'm a big advocate for clean as you go. True professionalism. And just get it over that ice. And make sure you get it all over that big cube too, which we call king cubes. To make sure it doesn't crack and you're presenting it in a beautiful way, whether it be at a bar or a house party, or maybe just for yourself. Sometimes you just need a nice looking cocktail. Now to finish this off, we're gonna go ahead and grab the Amati, and we're gonna be doing about a 1/2 ounce float on top. That's gonna add a nice little visual texture to it, as well as just adding a lot of like floral flavor to it. Now the key thing with this one, because I know a lot of people will kind of think of it in this way of like, I want to drink with a straw. The key is to drink it out of the glass. Because you just drink it out of the straw, you're getting a lot of that mezcal, and it's very earthy, where this right here, as you sip it, that Amaro is balancing out that cocktail. It's emphasizing that ginger and those nice floral notes that you traditionally get from it. So really, I appreciate that you were listening to me though. I'll let Matt try this, give his stamp of approval.
Yeah, we're decent.
It's really tasty. I make the joke for those who don't know, Sam Ross is someone that's very important in our industry, and we are both lucky enough to have been mentored under him. But every cocktail he does, it's just like, it's such a tweak on the traditional spec where it just like, it allows so much like free form to play within that recipe, and there's so many ways to just like, just mess within that spec.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
You know, it's not about, and I'm not always, and I mean for myself personally, I don't really want to reinvent the wheel every single time. I just want to give the best possible cocktail possible while maintaining an incredible hospitality. Because hospitality is huge.
What's one of the things is like, everyone wants to infuse and do all this random stuff, but that doesn't always make the cocktail better. Just because it's more complicated doesn't make it better.
Sounds cool though.
Like, yeah, it definitely does. But like, I mean, a guest doesn't care. Like, as it tastes good, that's what they care about. And presentation, aesthetically, like this looks fantastic and it tastes fantastic. And I think that it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And hospitality too, that's such a big part.
But yeah, thank you for letting me be a part of this. What an amazing product. Honestly, us at Wormwood, we're really proud to be carrying this on our menu. Really excited for everybody out there to be carrying it as well. Enjoy the fruits of the amazing labor of the people that work on this product. So thank you so much.